This video brought to you by Bodega Cooler. Consider a Bodega Cooler for your next RV, overland, or camping adventure. And LinerX, custom fit floor mats and cargo liners for your car. Check out LinerX for all of your vehicle protection needs. And Fast Wheels, a proudly Canadian alloy wheel brand covering a wide range of alloy wheel styles.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ed's Garage and day 12 of the cross-country trip with the EV. So today we are in Niagara. Gonna go check out the falls later on today. Got some really good consumption actually from Albion Hills down to here. We're at a Canadian Tire Electrify Canada station. Only 25 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which was insanely good. That's at an average speed about 70 kilometers an hour. There was a lot of slowdowns in traffic. I figured out that if traffic's if you're in heavy traffic doing 100 kilometers an hour, you're actually not using a lot of energy at all because of the fact that everybody's kind of pushing the air in the same direction. But we're at a 350 kilowatt station here, currently getting 228 kilowatts, which is awesome. So it says 16 minutes left to 80%. We got here at 13%. So it's charging very, very quickly. Really nice station actually. Check this out. It's got this really cool pull through. So you got two stations kind of facing that way and two stations facing that way. Gentleman here with a Chevy Bolt EUV. And yeah, it's going to be a good day. Nice weather. All right, well, we finished charging up in only 23 minutes. We went from 13% to 88%. So I was gonna shut it off and disconnect it at 80%. I have no idea what level or what amount of time it took to get to 80%, but couldn't have been that long because it was only 23 minutes to get to 88%. Cost us $13, and that's awesome. So it got up to about 240 kilowatts briefly, and then of course throttled down once it got closer to 80%. So yeah, these Electrify Canada stations are doing really, really well. But yeah, good cheap charge. So much better than what we've experienced throughout the rest of the country. We're just gonna make some quick coffee here. We were gonna make coffee while charging, but I was having a conversation with a nice guy with a Bolt EUV, nice little car, and yeah, that's the cool thing about these charging stations. You meet new people and you have great conversations, and by the time our conversation was over, we had already blown past 80% and we were at 88, so that's okay. So we're just going to sit here and make some quick coffee and have a little bit of breakfast. The current time is, it's actually after 12, so we're going to have a late breakfast, brunch, early lunch, whatever. And then we're going to go see Niagara Falls, so we'll catch up there.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
All right, as you can see, we have made it to Niagara Falls. Check it out. We got Horseshoe Falls behind us here. And then, of course, we have the falls on the American side there as well. Now, Horseshoe Falls is actually partly on the Canadian side and a little bit on the American side as well. You can actually see all the Americans standing there looking at the falls, which is pretty cool, and down there as well. Some of you who may not be familiar with the falls, there's some really cool facts, like they can actually be stopped. The flow can be stopped upriver because there's this is actually a hydro dam that's generating electricity, so they can actually stop the flow completely, which is crazy. The other cool thing, the amount of water going over these falls is just insane. So 680,000 gallons, or 2.5 million liters, get this, a second. 2.5 million liters of water every second flows over those falls, over the Horseshoe Falls as well as the American side. I think that, but how crazy is that, right? So we got lucky. Beautiful day, very, very sunny, very hot. It's kind of nice standing here though, because you get a lot of the mist coming off the falls is just constantly getting you wet. It's pretty cool. We're not even that close to it right now. So we're gonna get a little closer and get a better look. Had to look it up, but yeah, so the big one there on the left is American Falls, and the tiny little one on the right there is the Bridal Veil Falls, and then of course you have the Horseshoe Falls, the big one over there. It's funny, I say tiny little falls, but those are huge.
Standing here in front of the CN Tower, pretty cool little bit of history or bit of information. The tower is 1,815 feet tall. That's exactly 4 times the height of the Harbor Center in Vancouver. That's crazy. Hey guys, welcome to day 13. We just came from a Electrify Canada charging station. It is currently, what time is it? 9:58. We were up pretty early this morning because we kind of stayed overnight in a Walmart parking lot, which is the first time we've done that, and probably the last time we'll do that, because that was terrible. Neither of us slept all that great, but oh well, all things ended well there. So yeah, went to an EV charging station at the Electrify Canada at with a Canadian Tire there, I think it was. I don't know what city it was in. We're just trying to get out of Ontario out of Toronto right now. But got great speed. We went from 10% to 80% in 18 minutes, which is pretty much dead on what they say the car can do, and sure enough, it did that. So that was awesome. We're currently headed towards Ottawa. As you can see, it's kind of a miserable day. It's not very nice out right now. The weather's supposed to get a little bit better later on, which is good. Yeah, but we're stuck in traffic here. We've got apparently about a 10 minutes worth of traffic, 10-15 minutes worth of traffic. But this is honestly where the Ioniq 6 excels, because yeah, I mean, the car is practically driving itself. It's holding a distance between us and the car in front of us. Even if they come down to a stop or nearly a stop, which right now they haven't been, it's just kind of been nearly stopping and going. So really quite nice. And the other nice thing about going slow, of course, is your consumption is really good. We have a consumption of only 26 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers in the last 37 kilometers. Obviously, we're not driving very fast. But the other thing I want to show you is just how cool the head-up display is. So you can basically see all the cars coming up on either side. You can see the red lights there. That is the blind spot monitoring. Obviously, if we had turn-by-turn directions going, that would show up in there as well. It doesn't actually flicker like that in real life, guys. That's just the refresh rate of the camera not syncing up with the LEDs, LED backlight of the screen. So yeah, we're just going to continue on down the road here. We've got a charging station that we're going to in about 175 kilometers to get there still. We have range currently of 222 kilometers at 71%. So yeah, everything's looking good, and we'll see you at the next charging station, maybe. We'll see you again soon. All right, here in Brockville, Ontario, at a Electrify Canada station. And this is interesting. I've been giving a lot of praise to Electrify Canada, but unfortunately, out of these 4 stations, this is the only one that's working. All the other ones are either unavailable or just not starting charge. This is a 150 kilowatt station, but I'm currently getting 184 kilowatts, charging very quickly. We started at 14%. It's been going for 12 minutes, and apparently I've only got 8 minutes left to 80%. So sure, I'll take it. That would be 20 minutes from 14 to 80% on a 150 charger. That's awesome. Anyway, as you can see, the weather kind of sucks right now. I'm sorry I'm not wearing my microphone, but they're unfortunately dead, and I just haven't bothered to plug them in yet. It's been a pretty dreary, dismal day, so we're just trying to get to Ottawa here as quickly as possible and check out some sights and then head further. So I'll catch up with you later. All right, as you can see, we have made it to our nation's capital. We are in Ottawa, looking at the Parliament building. It's about 6:30. We had a couple stops along the way, nothing major. All the charging went really nicely.
gotta say, Ottawa is a beautiful city. Everything is very, very pristine and manicured. It's almost as if they've got a lot of money. Yeah, looks pretty cool. All right, once again at a Electrify Canada, keep wanting to say America, charging station. And it's not charging as fast as it could. It's only going 135 kilowatts. So currently at 47%. I think I might actually stop it, start it again. Because we started at 40%, just trying to get to 80% just to get to our campsite. This station just has 3 150 kilowatts and 1 350 kilowatt. And yeah, a little disappointed that it's not going full speed. So I think I'm going to stop it and start over again. But anyway, we are currently in Ottawa. We just finished walking around the Parliament building and all that, as you saw in the video. And yeah, I gotta say, pretty cool. It's a very, very nice, clean area. And I honestly didn't expect to see some of the war memorials and whatnot. That was, I mean, I guess I should have expected it, but I don't know. I've never been here before. But that was really cool to see. The Rideau Canal was kind of cool to see as well, and the Parliament building, and you know, everything was just really, really pretty. We might pop into Canadian Tire here for a few minutes. I'm noticing, as I mentioned earlier, that the front of the trailer simply doesn't have enough weight on it. So what I'm thinking I might do is put a piece of wood across here and bolt that. Underneath here, there's a steel plate that's welded on. But if I put a piece of wood across and maybe use some U-bolts to hold it in place, and then put the basket on that, and then put my 2 water tanks on either side of the basket and just ratchet strap, don't want to use zap straps, ratchet strap the heck out of it, I think that'll be okay. And that'll definitely add a good amount of tongue weight up front. The trailer right now, with everything packed in it, is probably, you know, it's probably a good 1,800 pounds. So having 180 pounds on the front is basically what you'd want, right? You want 180 pounds on an 1,800 pound trailer. Right now, there's barely that. Even with moving the fridge forward, this is maybe 50 pounds. So that's partly causing the pendulum effect, and then partly we're feeling this kind of bounce up and down, and all of that can be reduced if we increase the tongue weight. Let's see what kind of charge speed we have now. Tripping over these wires. 127. Yep, still slow. I did see it bump up to about 175 for a few moments there, but while I was talking. But yeah, it's gone right back down again. The funny thing is, I could probably pull forward and use one of the 150 stations, and it'll probably go faster, which is hilariously weird. But the guy that was parked here before we got here was in a Ford F-150 Lightning, and he was saying that it's nice to see that this charging station's working again. But I neglected to ask him what sort of speeds he was getting. But that vehicle is only a 400 volt charging vehicle, 400 volt architecture. So I don't even know what it charges at. I think it's 180 was their max. But anyway, we'll just wait a little bit here and see how she goes. All right, we have set up camp. We're at Whispering Pines campsite. It's closer to Montreal, but it's basically in between Ottawa and Montreal. Interesting campsite, actually, run by a little old lady, just no amenities or anything, just a big property and a whole bunch of extra space, I guess. So she rents little bits of it out to would-be campers. So we have no water, no electrical, nothing. We're just on a field of grass, which is fine. It's a nice area. It's nice and quiet. It's about 24 minutes off the highway, though. So we're going to stay the night here, hopefully get an early morning and head to Montreal and check out some sites there, and then head to Quebec City and check out some sites there. But thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, don't forget to leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Share it with all your friends and family that are interested in EVs and EV travel, especially with those with the trailers and whatnot. In any case, have a great night, and until next time.